Hey guys, and welcome back to another day with T. Today we're going to be moving 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All of my shrimp tanks that I currently have from this Queen's Cove to the new Queen's Cove. It's a little bit of a daunting task. I'm a little bit nervous to do it, even though Joey said that we can probably do it and keep the scapes intact. I'm still a little nervous. They'll be fine, right? Tell me they're gonna be fine. So let's have a little look at how they all look right now in case anything gets knocked over, tumbles around a slight bit during the move, and make sure that we can come back, well, I can come back and look at the footage or the pictures. I have lots of pictures of them on my phone, or I'm just gonna have to rescape them, but hopefully I can keep the already scaped ones as is. The iconic tree is going to be relatively easy because I've moved it before. It just makes the moss lay flat on the tree for a few days, but then it bounces back. We've also got some regrowth on this tree. I am going to keep doing heaters on all these tanks because the room is not warm enough alone, but I might remove the filter on this one since the rest are all unfiltered, but that one should be relatively easy to move. This one with the Blue Dreams, once again, it should be relatively easy to move. The moss on this tree is like spiky moss, and it's crazy. It just kind of like doesn't even look like a tree. It just looks like a big moss ball. And then I have these leaves on the ground, which will probably stay still because they're sunken now. Not sure where this clump of moss came from, to be honest. And then the piece of wood with the little subwassertang or something. I don't know how to pronounce that. And then I just stuck this little plant in here to see if it would grow. I know it's a rooted plant. So the plants Kat gave me are growing. They're literally just stuffed in some of the substrate. And then those 3 little shrimp logs in the back, they might tumble down. But for the most part, I think this one will be overall fine. Look at all my little babies. And then this one, I'm a little bit stressed out about the moss getting all squished down from the water being drained, but hopefully it'll be fine. And then this log is also like balancing, kind of sticks out the top here and balances, so hopefully that one, it might fall, but hopefully I can get it to stand back up. And we are just exploding with yellow shrimp in this tank. There are so many. I think it's probably the most populated one. The pumpkin and sun-kissed orange shrimp tank I am stressed out about. It's probably pretty heavy because of these rocks, even once drained. Hopefully we don't mess it up because I love it so much and think it looks so good. Fingers crossed, guys. The crystal black one, I never actually ended up setting it up because, well, I knew we were planning on moving, so I was like, I'll just leave it and scape it once it's in the new room. And I'm just holding plants in there for now, and then there's a giant piece of wood here and another one of those trays in the back that I stole from the gallery. One of many perks of being married to the king of DIY and having your own fish room is that I come out here and I see things that Joey's not using anymore, like this bonsai tree, and I'll just be like, hey babe, can I have this? And he always says,
yes, you can have it.
And then finally we have our snowball shrimp tank, and there are a lot of babies in here as well. There's some on the plant there. Oh, there's one of the adults crawling up the wall. See, there's one baby there on the Anubias. This one I think will be relatively easy to move. I don't even know if you guys saw it since I added these 2 pieces of Anubias in here. Hopefully the rocks don't move around too much. Again, I can probably recreate this one relatively simply, especially if I look back at a picture or video for reference of how it looks, even if the wood moves or the rocks move. Anyways, that is today's task. Hopefully it goes well. Let's get into it.
All electrical equipment has to come off the floor. Just in case of maybe things will flood, things are gonna flood.
No. We're not having floods in here.
We're going to.
We're not.
So this is from Temu. We're going to drain these tanks as much as possible. As they're all draining, we're going to disconnect all electrical, leaving the heaters in, but removing the lights and everything that's on top. And then, well, that'll teach you how to move a tank with shrimp, water, and decorations in it without smashing the tank.
Or ruining.
Maybe.
You're ruining my scape.
Ah, and this is it. See the strainer? So shrimp can't get through that.
Not even their babies. So that's gonna drain. The one at the end there. So my mic actually got unplugged and I never noticed for the entire rest of the video. There's audio from Joey's camera in some clips, but here I was just saying that we're going to drain all of the tanks and then move them to the room after they're all drained, and I'm not sure what else I said. Do you think you should put the heaviest one right by the door?
This isn't the heaviest one. The next one's the heaviest one.
I know.
And the one you're worried about, and the one I'm worried about.
I'm worried about all of them. Chronically worried. That's what I have. I'm stressed out. So for the scape with all the rocks, we actually blew up baggies to serve as packing bubbles so that the rocks wouldn't be able to tumble around. Here Joey was explaining that you don't want to lift it by pushing in on the glass panels because they might break. You want to instead pull it forward enough so you can get your hands underneath of it and lift it from the bottom bracing.
Where's it going? Right here. Where? Right oh God, up top?
Well, wherever you want. Bottom is fine.
No. I'm man enough. Film. I got it. You're fine.
I'm scared.
Don't you ever film helping me again.
I was really scared. I'm scared.
I'd rather break my back than be caught on camera with a cutesy wootsy girl helping me.
I love it. Do you like the skate? On to the next. The next ones will feel really easy after that one. It can go right here.
Oh, thank you. I'm exhausted.
The last one is the least heavy, I think. Oh my goodness, finally. Only one left. And then I can have them refilled and fix them because I'm literally in shambles right now thinking about how they're going to look when they get refilled. You too?
No.
You're just glad you don't have to lift them anymore. I know that they're heavy because the original one, when it had this much water in it, I was like, that's way heavier than I thought. This is what it's like when your spouse gets into the hobby. Woohoo! It's expensive and you gotta do all the work. So, for all the men who are like, oh, I wish my girlfriend or wife liked fish, do you though? Earlier in the car today that I don't listen to you, and then I thought immediately, you don't even read my texts.
You read one text from a woman, you read them all.
Yeah, that's why you can't double text a man. You can only send one at a time, and once he responds to that one, then you can send another one. And even if he responded to it, he might forget.
Don't give them cheat codes, please.
That is true advice. Woohoo! Can I pose by the tanks at the end of the video and make it look like I did all this? Like I have been for this entire build of this whole room.
You always do.
Perfect.
The most important thing is temperature right now.
When I was little, I also thought that the bands went and played at the radio stations in person live during the time that the song was on the radio. Let me know what you thought as a kid in the comments.
No, don't do
I
it.
want them to.
Don't
I
feed into
know.
this. For
No.
the past 7
Shower
years,
thoughts is a huge thing I love.
for the past 7 years, every one of her stories started with, when I was a little girl.
Anyways, back on track. Let me know what you thought as a kid that you found out wasn't true.
Yeah.
Great.
These tanks are getting messed up a little bit.
Great.
And that's why you put your
No,
glass
that
circle.
one's not scaped.
Oh.
I'm scared still. Do I like it all? Yes, I like it all.
I hate it here.
Look at my thumb.
She made me move all the tanks.
Do it.
Do what?
Figure it out. Figure it out.
Is this what you want?
Don't be crying.
I like it.
Actually, be happy.
I love doing this for
He
you.
loves being my husband.
I want to get back to my tanks.
I was stressed out, so I was checking on them all with my flashlight. And then I was saying that the moss laying flat reminded me of those inflatable things that they use at car dealerships when they're deflated. Then I probably made a joke about taking credit for doing all the work, and then Joey was like, no, all you do is flick your hair. He's not wrong.
My suggestion is that we wait until tomorrow, let everything settle, then install the lighting, which will tell us a whole lot of how the move went, whether the scape survived, how much work Tamara has to do, which is going to be a lot, because just looking at this one, there's frog bit everywhere, and I don't know how that scape's going to end up, or I'm pretty sure...
For the most part, it's fine.
I'm pretty sure we did the right thing in terms of how we filled it and temperature acclimated and whatnot. But if you guys want to find out how everything went, make sure you're subscribed if you're not already, because that will be the very next video, I think.
I don't know yet because I'm still catching up with other footage. I was really worried about the rock tank moving, and then my worry shifted quickly to the plants with the moss and stuff because
A lot of the tanks are
starting
heavy.
to float.
A lot of the tanks were heavy, especially you. However, the rest went smoothly. We got them into place. And the key moment was filling them up a third at a time to make sure that even if we run out of hot water, at least they all remain the same temperature. But Tamara is stressed and she wants to make sure her shrimp are fine. We'll let everything settle this evening. Tomorrow we will, of course, install the lighting and continue on with the rest of the rack. But for now, if you want to see that...
make sure that you're subscribed so that you don't miss it. Also, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and leave me a comment. Take care, guys. Thank you all so much for being here, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye! Cat got my tongue. Everything now, do you know what it's like to be one of those type of people where you just want to... What are you recording?
Yes, he knows.